Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Miami Heat MyNBA series. And in this episode, it's a bit similar to what series was that where we kind of bottomed out. I think it might have been the Sonics. No, it wasn't the Sonics. We made the playoffs every year. Might have been the Warriors series. But man, it was not a great end of the season for us. We finished 32-50. And we lost our last 12 games in a row thanks to some tank commanders like this guy Louis Maggetti, who was absolute garbage. He's a 40 overall. I signed him, gave him 48 minutes. Is that ethical? It's going to get us a good pick, hopefully. He was garbage, and so was this Terrence Bosch dude. This was our starting lineup. Louis Maggetti, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Haywood Highsmith, Tajon Salon, Terrence Bosch, and our sixth man playing 48 minutes a game was Jericho Sims. Yeah, it wasn't amazing for us, and I kind of figured, with how bad the East is, we might be able to just sneak from that 4 seed all the way down, and we did just that, finishing as the 13th seed. We tanked very hard, and we have the 5th worst record in the league, so hopefully that warrants us a good pick in this video. Kevin Porter Jr., he was able to not play enough games to be a starter and register as a starter. He played 71 games, only started 12 of them, so he won Sixth Man of the Year, which is really nice. Now I guess I can just show you who won all those awards. In the first place, Anthony Edwards, MVP. They were the 2nd seed this year, and he was phenomenal, averaging 31, 6, and 4, shooting 40% from deep. Cooper Flagg, Rookie of the Year, of course. KPJ, Sixth Man of the Year, and Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year, with Evan Mobley being the most improved player and Cade Cunningham winning Clutch Player of the Year. And then Chris Finch, Coach of the Year, and Aaron Phillips, who traded for Giannis in the offseason, is the Executive of the Year. And the Spurs finished 60-22. Giannis and Wemby, their scoring numbers weren't anything crazy, but their defense was amazing. And De'Aaron Fox was able to score a lot with those two guys right next to him, averaged 22 points per game. And then the All-NBA teams as well. Let me go through this. Luka, All-NBA first team. Jokic, All-NBA first team. And, of course, Wemby. And then Shea. Second team was Steph, Cade, Paolo, Ja, and Jason Tatum. I mean, the youth is starting to take over. I mean, Steph still being there is, pretty impressive at 38 years old. Tyrese Halliburton, All-NBA third team. Giannis, All-NBA third team. Kevin Durant still, an old guy doing it with the Rockets. Anthony Davis, All-NBA third team, and Sabonis, another All-NBA selection for him. Wemby, Mobley, Kessler, Flagg as a rookie All-NBA or All-Defensive first team, which is kind of expected out of him. He's a phenomenal defender. And then Chet Holmgren, All-Defensive first team. AD, the Thompson twins, Jaren Jackson, and Goga Batadze. What a surprising name. But, you can see, I wouldn't say he has potential in real life to be an all-defensive team, but he's showed flashes of being a phenomenal defensive player and is rewarded with that in 2K. All-NBA rookie first team, Cooper, Ace, Dillon, VJ Edgecombe, and Con Knipple. The first 5 picks in the draft. Actually, not VJ. I thought he was, but, it happens. Trey Johnson, Tahad Pettiford being the 29th pick, averaging 14 points per game off the bench. That's insane, and that's probably what I think he can do in real life. Rasheer Fleming, our own Rasheer Fleming, he played some really big minutes down the stretch of the season and ended up having a career high of 35 points in one of those games. He was playing center for us, so these were ugly games. You can see we're not even cracking 80 in some of these games. That's how bad the tanking got, but I'll take it. Kasparis, Jakunchis did good in Brooklyn, and then Nolan Trayar did really good with the Spurs. So that's all the awards and the all-team selections. We'll look at the standings for both the Eastern and Western Conference. No 51 teams in the East. That is, garbage. The 8th seed only won 39 games. You could be 6 games above 500 and finish as the 4th seed. Just a weird season. And the Pacers, who did not start off hot, and also look at these player portraits that are custom. They didn't start off hot at all, and they ended up, finishing very hot, like kind of how they did in real life. 47-35. The Pistons, pretty solid team the whole year, but 3-7 in their last 10. Raptors making the playoffs for the first time in a while. Pretty interesting there. Bulls make the playoffs for the first time in a while. Celtics drop down. Then the West, an absolute gauntlet. Almost 360 win teams. Spurs, Wolves, the Mavericks, with a healthy now healthy Kyrie Irving. Can't talk in this video. Anthony Davis here. Derek Lively still there. An improved Max Christie, Najee Marshall's hooping. And then the Rockets finish as the 4th seed. Another 51 season for them, and with the new acquisition of Kevin Durant. The Warriors still here, still alive. Steph had a great year. Memphis, OKC started off really bad, and they had a lot of injuries, but able to finish 45-37, which would almost get you the 1 seed in the East, which is crazy. Kings here at the 8th seed, 44-38. Nuggets finish as the 9th seed, which is crazy. I mean, they even got Ty Jerome and Al Horford, but their depth still wasn't good enough. The Clippers, not a great year. Harden left them. He was pretty washed anyway, so that doesn't matter. The Lakers, it says play-in for them, but there's only 10 play-in teams. So I'm not really understanding how that's possible, but not a good year for them. And LeBron, I'm pretty sure he's retiring after this year. He broke his wrist, I think, or broken left foot, so he did not play for a while after that, which is unfortunate for LeBron because he's 41 years old, still putting up 22, 8, and almost 10, which is insane. The Suns, again, just another bad season, but you have Cooper Flagg to build alongside of Devin Booker, and also Kyle Filipowski, which I feel like is an underrated pickup. He's a pretty solid player in real life, so hopefully he can develop for them alongside Colin Murray Boyles and Carter Bryant. Not Timberwolves. Trailblazers, not a good year. They have Derek Queen to help build around now, and you also have Toumani Camara, Denny Avdia, and Shaden Sharp along with Scoot. Maybe they'll develop as time passes. Pelicans, terrible year. Maybe they're gonna blow something up in the offseason. Trey Johnson, really good, solid rookie year, but Zion out with injury. Yeah, not great for them. They need to find a direction. But 29-53 is pretty bad. So maybe they're in that tanking direction. And then the Jazz, kind of expected, just the worst team. They picked up Paul George's contract, took on a few picks. So, that's whatever for them. But still trying to find that young guy to help lead them into, a good direction. Like Con Knipple is here, but, 13 points per game, 40% from deep. I mean, almost 50, 40, 90 as a rookie is pretty good, but he's not going to be a superstar level player. Maybe he will. So those are the standings for the West. The play-in, OKC versus Sac, and then Denver versus the Clippers. That'll be a good, matchup there. Boston versus ATL, and then Milwaukee versus the Sixers. So let's start with the West. This first game is won by OKC, who will face the Minnesota Timberwolves, who they just faced in real life last night. And then Denver ends up winning and knocking the Clippers out of playoff contention. And then in the East, Boston wins, so they're the 7th seed. They'll play the Pacers, who they played in the conference finals last year in real life. And then the Sixers advance and knock the Bucks, who were led by Stephon Castle, who had a really good sophomore season with the ball in his hands more, 21-5-5 on 52% shooting. It's pretty good. It's not Giannis, but it's pretty good. So they advance, or they're knocked out now. The Kings will advance and be the 8th seed, and then in the East, the Hawks are the 8th seed. So they're building something over there. Daniels, Reese Shea, Jalen Johnson alongside Trae Young. I don't know if it's anything special, but they've got a few talented players. Let's sim this first round, and out of this, the Wolves, wow, knocked out in the first round. The MVP is eliminated, and pretty good team ball from the Thunder, who had 3 20-point per game scores in the regular season, and also in this postseason. They win in 6. Dallas takes care of Memphis with ease. Houston eliminates Golden State. A bit of revenge, especially with Kevin Durant being a former Warrior too, with Elfrid Payton as your starting point guard. That's crazy. It's really crazy. San Antonio advances. No upsets in the Eastern Conference. Let's sim to the next round. And OKC has made it to the conference finals. Getting revenge on the Mavericks as well, who they lost to in real life last year. Shea, 50-44. 55, 44, 27 points per game. Pretty good series from him and the rest of this team. And the Spurs just tearing it up right now with their lockdown defense. The Pistons advance with ease, getting revenge. And then the Pacers end up sweeping the Cavs, who they beat last year in real life as well. So now we got Detroit versus Indiana and San Antonio versus OKC. It is 3-0 Detroit, 2-1 San Antonio. Detroit sweeps. So their hardest series so far was against the Hawks. And Cade is putting up 35, 7, and 8 on almost 50, 40, 90 shooting. That is out of this world good. San Antonio advances in 5. So Cade and the Pistons versus the Spurs, led by Victor Wembanyama, with Giannis and De'Aaron Fox alongside him, advance. Game 1 goes to the Spurs. Game 2 to the Spurs. Game 3 and a clean sweep. Victor Wembanyama, his first ring. De'Aaron Fox, his first ring. And Giannis, another ring just 1 year after leaving the Milwaukee Bucks via trade. And now that resume is looking pretty good. That's his second ring in 5 years. So good stuff from there. There from Giannis. And yeah, I mean, Cade just kind of ran out. Numbers went down, didn't have enough help. Sohan with 26 in the clinching victory. That's pretty insane. AJ Green with 21 in game 1. Just a great series from this team as a whole. And they win a championship, and that is how the season has ended. LeBron, yeah, he retired. So probably the GOAT retires. Chris Paul, he's retired. Nick Batum, we'll let him rest. Brook Lopez, you can rest too. Drew Holiday has retired at the age of 36. Thought he might have one more year of player option money left, and I mean, he's probably going to accept that. So do we screw over Boston? I don't know. I'm not going to, though. James Harden has retired, and yeah, deservedly so. He's fallen off a cliff after having a bounce back year with the Clippers, then going back to Brooklyn for his last year. Nope. Westbrook didn't get signed, and he retires. Same thing with Eric Gordon, Jeff Green, Taj. Jimmy Butler wants to retire, and I'm going to say no because Steph still has some years left. Markieff Morris, Pat Beverly goes to the Clippers and retires, and just a bunch of kind of bums retiring. People aren't really old enough right here to retire. Oh, okay, well, some of them are. Like Gary Payton, why would he retire? Damian Jones, Torrey Craig. Markelle Fultz wants to retire. That's kind of sad. But Dennis Smith, Chetty Osman. Wow, these guys are young and wanting to retire. That's kind of crazy. I don't know why 2K does that. Ben Simmons wants to retire. Landry Shamet. Bruce Brown, he's a 76 overall. Why would he retire? It's looking like these guys are just going to retire. Nothing I can really do about that. Vic Fraser. The 40 overalls can retire. Like, cool with that. Keaton Wallace wants to retire. Come on, bro. Yeah, that's about it. Sharif wants to retire. You know what? Go overseas and have fun, guys. Staff retirements. Greg Popovich retired in real life, so we'll let him retire with another ring. And the big day we've been waiting for. And I'm going to give this pick back to Utah, this pick back to Washington, because it's not how it should be. For some reason, we have the 6th best odds with the 5th worst record. The Magic leaped us. That's why. Whatever. We'll just watch this. So OKC gets the 14th pick via the Clippers. I don't know if that goes back to the Clippers in real life or not. Nuggets. Okay, everything is going according to plan. We don't want anybody to jump, but the Lakers might jump just because it's the Lakers. No, they don't. Luke is a free agent. Try and make him re-sign with the Lakers. We'll see. Suns, and they have leaped frog into the top 4, which is not great for us. The Blazers get the 11th pick, so the Suns actually get bailed out right there. 10th pick to the Bucks. Yep. Wow, so Suns are going to build with Booker, Flag, and then another intriguing top prospect. I want to trade into the top 3 if we don't end up getting it. So we'll see what happens there. OKC gets the pick at number 9 via Philly. I think they do keep that in real life. The Thunder do. Suns get the 8th pick with their own pick, I think, right? No, via Brooklyn. Interesting. How'd they get the Brooklyn Nets pick? I don't know. We're number 7 now. And we move up, thankfully. So the Hornets now. Oh, the Heat and Magic have moved in the top 4. The Hornets get screwed again. They're picking 7th. The Knicks, who had a 14% chance with, I think that's Washington's pick. So the Wizards get the 6th pick in the draft, which is terrible for them. Top 5 pick belongs to the Thunder. I think that's via Utah. So I'll give that back to Utah. Wow, the top 3 worst teams all moved out. Who is this here? The Pelicans have the 4th best. And they win it. So we're in the top 3. All right. I know what I want to do with our pick. I already know what I want to do with our pick. So we're 3. Magic had a bad year. They move it to the top 3. We are the 3rd pick, unfortunately. I would like to be higher, but I know what I want to do with the 3rd pick. Magic get the 2nd pick. And that means the Suns win the number 1 pick. They will be picking first with a 2.5% chance. That is back-to-back years with the 1st pick for the Suns. That's huge for them. 3 teams in some pretty hot weather win some big things. So the guy I want to pick with the 3rd pick, it's Darren Peterson. Yeah, moving up would be cool, but I think he fits us very well. Like AJ Dibanza would be phenomenal to have as well. But Darren Peterson, really, really good player. So let's go to the NBA draft. Let's see what the mock drafts have us doing. They have AJ Dibanza going 2nd. That's kind of crazy. He's got a really high ceiling. I mean, this is a pretty crazy top 3. But let me give those picks back to the Wizards and the Hornets and the Jazz, because they should have those picks back. Oh, the Hornets actually have their pick already, so the Jazz need their pick. Let's just trade a 2nd round pick to the Thunder. I think that have their pick. Yeah. And then the Wizards. Who has the Wizards pick? I think it's the Knicks, right? Could be wrong. Yeah, I'll give the Knicks back that pick. I don't know why they have their pick though. Like from what? Wizards picking 6th. All right, so I wouldn't really be mad with either of those top 3 prospects. Like if Dibanza or Cooper Flag, or not Cooper Flag, Cameron Boozer fall into our lap. But now the Suns are picking and on the clock. Who are they going to draft? Do I approve the following trade? Kawhi Leonard and Derrick Jones Jr. for the number 1 pick and then a pick swap next year with the Cavs. I'm going to say no. I mean, you're building with Cooper Flag. They take AJ Dibanza, which is a smart decision from the Suns. And Darren Peterson goes 2nd. Wow. It's not really what I wanted. I really want Darren Peterson. And none of these trades, I mean, Ben Thompson would be phenomenal, but they're not going to trade him. That is less than ideal. The mock draft didn't have them taking Darren Peterson. How about that? Wow, and they just agreed straight up. I didn't even have to give anything away. Okay, so they take Cam Boozer. I mean, it is smart of them for the smart of the Magic to take a guard. So let's send to our next pick, 47. Florian Badunga, I think that's what his name is. I mean, we have a Dembona, so Jaleel Bethea, Raymond Berry. I mean, there's not a lot here. Damian Sarr. I would like to take somebody who's NBA ready. 20 years old. I don't know much about this next draft class, honestly. Damian Sarr, bench guy. Michael Olowokandi, that's fucking crazy. Michael Olowokandi again. Florian, I mean, he's probably he's definitely the best prospect here. 6'9" with a 7'2" wingspan. He's kind of like a mini Bam in terms of his measurables. We have a Dembona though, who was phenomenal for us last year. Is there a way we can trade this pick? Because I don't know. Is there already anybody? So 2 second-round picks. I think we should just take Florian. That's the best prospect available. He's only 20. I think he played at Kansas, right? Dennis Bender? Who the hell is that? Yeah, this class is not very real. So we're gonna take Florian, and hopefully develop him. But Darren Peterson ends up being the 3rd best overall wise, but I think he's just the guy we wanted. And then Tori Yabusele from Baylor, Elijah Arenas, Koa Pete, AJ Dybanta goes number 1, of course. Solid draft, very solid draft. I think we walked away as winners in this draft. Florian, so 2 Kansas guys, because Darren Peterson's supposed to be from Kansas. So teammates, we draft some teammates. It's pretty obvious we're going to accept these 2. Luka declines his player option. Trae Young declines his player option. Same thing with Reeves, who's going to get paid. And Isaiah Hartenstein is a free agent. Don't need him. Bradley Beal's a free agent. Yeah, of course they decline that. Lou Dort's a free agent. Somebody that could fit on our team very well. Draymond's kind of intriguing, but we have Bam. And then Jose Alvarado, Chris Dunn. What is this free agent class looking like? Jalen Hood-Schifino for 11 mil? No, thank you. So, the moratorium, Luka, what is he? He's looking at the Clippers? No, I'm not gonna let that happen. Durant's looking at the Lakers. Lakers didn't even offer Luka, which makes no sense to me. So I'll try to re-sign him onto the Lakers. Paulo restricted. So Jaren Jackson's here. We don't need that. Trae Young's here. We don't really need that. De'Aaron Fox, maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna do everything off camera and see, what's the best possible team we can build. But right now, we've got some decisions to make with Tyler Hero. We have Darren Peterson now, who I really think is going to be an amazing player for us. Off rip, he's already a really good shooter, pretty athletic, a solid defender. I think this is a home run pick for us, and I think we won that draft right there. So, yeah, that'll be the episode. And, let me know what you think of the draft pick, and, who are some players you think we'll pick up. And because I'm probably going to do it like right now. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.